Hello and welcome back to another episode of National Busways South Coast, here from the Newport garage with Southern Vectis on the Isle of Wight. Where today we're not going to be doing anything on the Isle of Wight, actually we're going to be looking at Solent Blue. So when I expanded the map we got this big main road up here through Fareham and all of this nonsense that I don't know the name of. And it goes down into Portsmouth, and I was going to have, we did a whole bunch of stuff on the busway, and I was going to have a mainline service from Gosport that goes up the busway, across to Fareham, and down to Portsmouth. Basically, we're going to do that. And keeping in theme with the ADL hybrids that are currently on the busway, we're going to get some more of those. But before we get into it, let's just take stock of where we are. Obviously, the updates here. The town names are really big, which is kind of helpful. The Isle of Wight is pretty well covered. There's a whole bunch of this, which we're going to get to eventually, probably in the next episode. But that's sort of where we are. Gosport has a little network that's going to grow, and is growing. We've got this G1 and G2 town circulars. Then we have the 201 to Stubbington via Lee, the 210 to Fareham via the busway, and the 211 to Nobes Avenue via some of the busway. Today, we're going to do the 220, which is going to be the main route over to Portsmouth that I talked about right off the get-go. And we're going to do the... where is it? Let me have a look. What do I want to do? Let's do the 214, which will go up here. Again, using the busway. So we're going to get two types of vehicle today. One is the EXH that we already have several of. And the other type will be the TEH, which is why I was looking at this beautiful thing at the start, because the TEH is the Enviro400 hybrid. So, without further ado, I think it's time-lapse time. Well, I think it's route time. Let's get into route time. It is 220, Gosport to Portsmouth. And now, without further ado, it is time-lapse time. And there is the 220. It takes nearly 3 hours to go from end to end. And I want to run this quite frequently, because this could be quite busy. So this is going to need a lot of buses. Oh boy. But at the same time, a frequent busy route can only mean one thing: a lot of profit. Which is why I've given it such a nice round number in 220. Right, so normal driving interval I want every 12, but we'll set it to every 15. And then for rush hour, we want every 10. Yeah, we can get away with the 10.3 meter deckers on that. So, as per the usual, you know the drill by now. I will see you when the timetable's done. So, the timetable is done, and this has a very Glasgow looking vehicle requirement. Let's get back to that, actually. Why is it lagging? We'll get back to the vehicle requirement. It runs every 12 minutes during the day, and at rush hour every 10 minutes. On Sundays it runs every 15 minutes with tighter timings and shorter breaks to reduce vehicle requirement. Because during the week, it's a long route. It takes over 3 hours to do a return. So this 6 o'clock from Gosport, which gets into Portsmouth at 7:30. Thank you, Tottenham noises. Anyway, the 6 o'clock from Gosport gets into Portsmouth at 7:30. It has a wait that will take it back out on the 7:40, which doesn't get back into Gosport until 11 minutes past 9. Which means it doesn't run a service it doesn't return to Gosport, or it goes from Gosport to Portsmouth, back to Gosport, and the next service it's on between Gosport and Portsmouth is the 9:24. And actually, I'm going to make that eastbound hold there 5 minutes, just to make sure that that absolutely does what I think it will do. So it needs 21 vehicles at rush hour. So I've said I will buy 24. And this is not going to be at SV, this is going to be at WR, the Gosport garage. And we'll activate that later. So it starts from Gosport and Portsmouth at the same time, because there's a little ferry between Gosport and Portsmouth. So I'm going to suggest that we have a contract with the ferry operator to run additional ferries at the start and end, so that we can do our dead runs this way, rather than having to go the long way around along the line of route. Speaking of the route, let's go over it a bit. So, starts in Gosport, goes up the main road and along the busway into Fareham. Pretty much it follows, between Gosport and Fareham, it follows the 210. And then it goes out of the bus garage along this way, through Portchester and down through Cosham. Then down along the Old London Road in Portsmouth, swinging up through the city centre and into the interchange at the Hard, which is also for Portsmouth Harbour Station, and there are ferries from there to the Isle of Wight. And I believe Continental Europe, I'm not sure. And there's also this shopping centre. As well as this shopping centre in the city centre. So there's a lot on this route. I expect it to be very, very busy. So, let's go to WR, where we have 36 vehicles. And we will make a purchase. Well, first we're going to hire some drivers. I want to make sure that I have enough drivers at these external garages, because that way it's more set and forget. These garages can be quite hard to manage, because they're sort of, I don't know, you just don't really have the control over them that you have your home garage. Massive recruitment drive. Bus driver shortage who? Okay. So we have like over 100 drivers now, I think? If I click the right button, yeah, we have 99 drivers, that's not bad. So we're going to buy a double-decker bus. We're going to buy an Enviro400, obviously. I think I've already said, yeah, we're going to buy TEHs. So although we're buying Enviro400 Classics, and they're going to be 09 plate, the game is still running as if this is 2016-ish. So we've got all the fancies. And we don't have enough money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out... What? Well, I'm going to take out these. That may not be enough. I may need all four. There we go. Now we definitely will have enough. Actually, even then, I don't know if we will. Because we're going to need 24. And these are going to be in a new group. What were they? Ah, 005. Hybrid double deck. .005 hybrid double deck. There we go. And these are going to arrive in... Ooh, that's Glasgow. These are going to arrive in the Greener for Gosport Landor scheme, but the double-decker version. Which, because these don't have a battery box, we just take the sort of whitish upper half and make it green. It's very... I think it's very of its era, and big blue bus is going green for Gosport because that's our sort of tagline. The National Busways Service branding is sort of pushed up and back so that it fits in the green area. It's all relatively slick, you know. Little tagline there, tagline there for this side. Everything all lines up. It's very nice. And this is a first generation, the very first hybrids that ADL made looked like this, with sort of this shape at the back. Very nice. So we're going to apply that. Then we're going to buy 10 more. TEH. I guess I'm going to go through. There's a normal morph scheme without any hybrid branding. And there is also a morph with the Greener for Gosport back end. You know, you doing the rear end branding that we've seen throughout the series so far. So we're just going to go back to the Greener for Gosport Landor scheme. That was 20. So now we need to buy the remaining 4. And these will go in the Landor scheme as well. Boom. I bought buses that I technically couldn't afford. Love that. So I'm gonna go. Actually, no. I'll do the first one on camera as I normally do. So this is gonna be green for Gosport, obviously, and this is gonna say WR, obviously. Fleet number is gonna be white, and it's TEH, Trident Enviro Hybrid 1. And these are going to be HY09 out of... Let's go with GOS. GOS. And then the second one will be green for Gosport Copy Pat. WR TH2, and this one is going to be HY09PMH for Portsmouth. And now I will go off camera and finish these off. Lima. So what's Lima? Oh no. HY09 GP Lima. Whiskey Romeo. Fleet number TH20 HY09 GP Mike. Whiskey Romeo. Echo Hotel 21 HY09 Golf Papa November. Whiskey Romeo. Fleet number Tango Echo Hotel 22 Hotel Yankee 09 Golf Papa Oscar. Whiskey Romeo. Hotel 23 Hotel Yankee 09 Golf Papa Sierra. OGPR LMNOPQR. And finally we have HY09GPS, better known as TEH24, rounding off the first batch of Enviro400 hybrids probably ever delivered to National Busways. Probably, maybe not the first batch, but like the first non-trial batch. So these are all hybrid double decks, so now I'm going to go to the 220, edit timetable, and make it prefer hybrid double decks. Lovely. So now it is Sunday. So no, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I've played this game for how long? Honestly. Activate. I was hovering over it for, again, how long? I'm good at this game, guys. Trust me. I know exactly what I'm doing at any given moment. This is taking a really long time. There we go. 220 is activated. That is a major success. So now I'm going to go to WR. My god. The Sunday adds 36 duties. I want to see how few vehicles I can actually do it with. 1255. You won't go. 1305 it is. 1925. There's a 1930 there. 0455. 505. 510. 520. 525. Right, 1310. See what we have. Will you go? Nope. So 1320 it is. 1325. 1335. 1350. 1735. Let's see, 1940. Just you. But then there's one that comes free at 1840. That can do that. Let's see at the very end again. 1920 is now our latest, so I guess it's time that I just continue allocating. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, now we're getting into the afternoon allocations, so earliest one, 12:10. Our earliest free is at 13:45. right? Yes. So it's just along here, later allocations now, really late. Right. Now there's only 9 missing assignments today, which is really good. You go on, and then it's just allocate along the line. Oh, you finish at 18:10, that means you can go on there. Very nice. Ooh, that finishes at 17:55, that finishes at 18:55. I can do this with even fewer vehicles. Right, now that I've just found that there's an absolute gold mine happening, I'm gonna maybe cut? Yeah, I'll cut. I'll have a look at this timetable. 17:55. Nah, there wasn't really anything I could do. So, I mean, either way, let's see how many vehicles we got that in. We got 6, 12, 18, 19. Okay. Somewhat scared for Monday. Let's just assign drivers to all depots. Assign buses at this depot, and we are missing 1 hybrid double deck, which I can probably fit, and 2 hybrid single decks, as our assignments typically are short, over there. So, as per the norm, I will get to work allocating all of these, and I will see... Ooh, hang on. I may be speaking too soon, because the hybrid single decks just slotted together very nicely. And then it's just the hybrid single decks I need to allocate, which I will probably take a break for, because there are a lot of these things. But we'll see. They might go really easily. Just like what happened there. Nope. No, this is gonna take a bit of wrangling, maybe. This is gonna take some wrangling. I will return when there's allocations. When the allocations here are complete. Yeah. Hopefully that will go there, and hopefully this will go without fighting. Yes. Okay, so the 220's done. That really took less fighting than I thought it would. Very happy about that. The fleet here is very, very busy. And then there's the standard diesel single deckers, which I must admit are also very busy. And the game has done the good thing of only putting the esteems on 1 shift each in the day. And it looks like it's all quite late, so I'm very happy with that. Right, SV garage, I'm just gonna copy paste. Copy and paste. What do you mean there's some missing? Oh, don't do this to me, game. Please. I mean, it looks like these will go anyway, so I'll just get these reassigned. Yeah, 1320, that goes there. This depot. 510 to 30, that one should be fairly obvious because the one's assignments are very easy in terms of remembering. 510 to 1310, ah, there it is. Then SVC typically goes without a fuss. SVR likes to have a little bit of an argument. So I'll just get Friday copied, pasted, and the drivers reshuffled. There we go. We are ready. Ooh, SVR, someone's unwell at SVR. It isn't really affecting us. Very nice. So, let me fix all of these buses that are broken, because there's a lot of them. There's 18. Let's just get everyone what is broken. And if there's anything of these ones, if there's any of those running low, then I like to top those up as well, just to stop it before it gets bad. Although it looks like I'll need to top up on replacements as well. Oop, oop, oop. There's a lot of buses to do. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 bus lifts, so that's a yikes. Give you a new V-belt as well, that's running a bit low. That just needs an indicator, and this one needs lights and wipers. There we go. So I'm going to... Oh, I can't afford any replacement parts because I spent too much money on buses. Love that. Right, ooh, hello. The first... Oh no, it's a Sunday. The first one's at 5:15 from both Gosport and Portsmouth. So I'll follow you. No. You. You are the first 2:20 towards Gosport. I'll follow you because you're starting in Portsmouth, where you are quite busy. Quite busy. Like, right off the bat, 5 AM on a Sunday, double digits on board. That's genuinely impressive. And are they doing their dead runs cross-country? I hope not. I hope they are using the ferry, because that's the whole point of starting them at the same time, is so they can use the ferry. Well, like, the whole reason that they can do that is because the ferry exists to just hop across. Anywho, yeah, doing really good numbers up through Portsmouth. I think this route stands to make very, very good money. This route absolutely does. Although, let's see how it does up through Cosham and Portchester. The data's not super complete around here, but there are a fair few points of interest, and that's what really matters to the way the game works, is the points of interest are there, because that's where basically people will travel between points of interest mostly, and sort of buildings affect sort of how many people will be traveling, I think. Honestly, the way this game works is kind of a mystery, but that's how I think it works. It's like, buildings help, points of interest are what really matter. Although, if you are in a place with a couple of points of interest and then no buildings, yeah, you're not going to get any passengers. And there's a waypoint I forgot to put in on that roundabout there. Yeah, that's annoying me. Oh well. Looks like we are doing decent money through Cosham though. And heading into Fareham now. Not Cosham, that's Portchester. Not far from Fareham now. I'll put it on 2 times speed. Very good, very nice. 15 on board, over the roundabout, into the bus station. Letting that 201 just get a little bit of headway there. I would have preferred if the timings worked out a little better. That's not fun, that's not so great. Because we're just like 1 stop behind that 210 on the same route between Fareham bus station and Gosport. And yeah, that's not fun, that's not great. Timetables are hard, timetables are very hard. That 210 has a lot of people on it and the 220 has none. And that's now going back out on the 6:45 run to Portsmouth. Which, yeah, what are we running? Yeah, we're running directly alongside a 210 again. I love that. would have been good to offset these by like 7 minutes or so that there's like a bus every 7 minutes between Fareham and Gosport. But that would have been thinking, and I don't do that. Thinking is not in my repertoire. And of course, it's not like the 210 goes anywhere different on a Sunday. It just sort of stops. Anywho. Doing fairly well. There's a ticket inspector on board this one. Oh yeah, that's something. They added ticket inspectors in the new update, and by the looks of things, they sort of roam around the network catching fare dodgers. And I've got 10 ticket inspectors at the moment, and ticket inspectors are a money-making, like, they're a money hack. They are infinite money glitch. I've got 10 ticket inspectors, and they're pulling in about 11,000 a day, which is just insane. So, I don't know why there are so many fare evaders, but, you know, the ticket inspectors are catching them. And I suppose what you could do if you were to, like, make a save using all the old vehicles, like 70M has the Route Master and a bunch of old vehicles, you could do, like, hire as many ticket inspectors as you have drivers, so that every bus should have a ticket inspector and run, like, 2-person operation. That'd be fun. It's not really my era of buses, but that's something I would be really interested in. Like, have that sort of rule defining how you do the game and try and make a profit with 2-person operation. Because 2-person operation was expensive. And as good as it was, yeah. Very expensive. But then again, if ticket inspectors bring in so much money, which, yeah, yesterday they brought in 12,000. So we'll have to see. We will have to see how this does. Inbox. Okay, SVC has plenty of drivers, so that's fine. WR needs more, even though I just hired more. SV needs more. SV needs a lot more. But I did expand the bus garage here because I needed some drivers to cover the there was a recall, another one, of the Melostratas. You know, a second Melostrata recall. Which was annoying. I did that off camera because I was like, oh, literally the video I uploaded today as I'm recording this is the MMC recall. So that's not fun. Maybe I hire 10 more ticket inspectors. Why not? There we go. And then let's hire some more bus drivers. And now we need lockers. And I don't really know where I'm going to put them. But we got some people. So that's fun. I did say I was going to get round to a second route today, but this video is already stretched quite long. So maybe this is a one route episode. It's a big route, admittedly. It's really big. Gets us into a new town. So yeah, I think that's where I'll end it off. With the 220 between Gosport and Portsmouth via the land. It's very, very long. So many buses. This is not even a weekday. This is a Sunday. So, yeah. I will see you next week from South Coast Busways, and on Thursday from National Busways West Scotland. Bye bye.